That's right. Today, we're
All
going
right.
old school.
I'll show you. There's a souvenir for you. And one for you. I'll show you who I am and what I am.
The Universal monster movies are timeless classics for a reason. Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein, all of them are iconic and still hold up today as exceptional films. Though personally, my favourite of the bunch is The Invisible Man.
The film is based on the 1897 novel by H.G. Wells, and follows a scientist named Griffin as he discovers the ability to become invisible. He doesn't share this secret, however, and becomes more and more mad with power, eventually terrorising the public of a village in Sussex. The film starts you right in the thick of it. It doesn't mess about showing you how he became invisible. All you need to know is he achieved it, and now his plans are going into motion.
We ain't got none ready, not at this time of year. We don't usually have folks stopping, except in the summer.
You can get one ready.
Griffin's a steam train without any brakes. He just keeps barreling forward through the narrative full force. It's a nice contrast to other horror films at the time that were much more slow and patient with their storytelling. Claude Rains is damn near perfect to play a guy you never see. His voice is so commanding. You only ever witness him in rags or not at all, but he's so bombastic and intimidating that he owns every scene he's in. As his mind gets more lost to the power he holds, the more deranged he becomes, and as a man of science, his threats are always despicably clinical.
You'll run gently down and through the railings. Then you'll have a big thrill for 100 yards or so till you hit a boulder. Then you'll do a somersault and probably break your arms. Then a grand finish up with a broken neck.
He feels untouchable, and for the most part, he's right. How do you fight an invisible enemy? He's even able to derail an entire train, killing hundreds of people, and rob a bank in the same sequence. And he does it flawlessly.
Flawless victory.
The rest of the cast are nothing special, but they're damn memorable purely down to the performances given by the cast.
Una O'Connor is downright hilarious. She always plays comedic wives, but here she lets rip every scene and screams the house down. Kemp, who's Griffin's assistant, is also great. He's a reluctant sidekick and always nervous, unsure if his next move will be his last with how unpredictable Griffin is. The main policeman always gives me a chuckle.
He's invisible, that's what's the matter with him.
Has he encountered an invisible person before? Why is he so calm? The film is a great battle of wits between Griffin and the rest of the town.
He has to learn how to keep himself hidden and choose the right times to strike, while the town have to think of ways of how they're going to catch him, which get very inventive.
It's also a good comedy film. Griffin is a complete prick, and a lot of the time takes pleasure just freaking people out, annoying the police, and generally being a nuisance. He isn't just happy his plans have worked, he relishes all the newfound power he has, and in the most childish manner. Imagine if the Joker suddenly gained the power of invisibility. That's what Griffin is like.
Here's your blooming bicycle. You can do what you like with it. How's that for a hairbrush, George Henry?
The effects are incredible. This was groundbreaking back then, but I think they still hold up. For scenes where he's actually becoming invisible, they shot against a dark set with walls and floors covered in black velvet to make it non-reflective. Rains was then also covered in black velvet to match it, and wore whatever clothes he required for the scene. It would then use this base negative overlaid on top of actual base prints, and through multiple processes would end up like this. They would even hand paint over parts of the film to cover up any imperfections. That's a very simplistic and basic explanation, but it's a highly technical and difficult process, especially for 1933. Everything else is good old-fashioned acting and prop work.
A hoax, is it? All a hoax! All a hoax!
Sure, you can see the strings sometimes, but you've got to remember, in a couple of years, this is a film that will be 90 years old. It'll celebrate being a centurion within the next decade.
There's so much attention to detail, like when he sits in a chair and the cushion goes down. I never even thought of that. The way the hay parts here also always stuck in my mind. They really do treat it as if it were real. They dive deep into how much planning must go into being invisible. For instance, he can't go out after just eating, as he will still have half-digested food floating in his stomach. It really makes you think how frustrating keeping up the act of being invisible would be.
Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could that they didn't stop to think if they should.
The Invisible Man is top-notch entertainment. It's intense, fast-paced, and a special effects showcase. It's a stone-cold classic you definitely don't want to miss.
A thousand replies have come to my